50,000 volt stun guns, tasers for prison officers. It's not going to stop the violence. A brief history. 70s, 80s, prison service, brutal. Loads of stuff. Prisoners were banged up 23 hours a day. Lots of beatings and brutality. Some people fought the system, most didn't. Them that didn't, on occasion, would get beatings. The prison service were warned from within, as well as elsewhere, treat people like animals and they'll behave like animals. Strangeways riots, April 1st, 1990. Lads that were in the system said it changed. Their sentences changed. Prisons started undertaking regimes, getting people out. What happens when people are out with social animals? They started forming relationships, getting to know people. Dynamic security. Dynamic security is what made prisons safe when I was an officer. Prisoners are out, they get to know you. They know the decent screws and the shit lazy screws. If you were a good screw, you'd be busy all the time. Yeah, I had a baton, an extendable baton. It never stopped any violence. The violence then was usually prisoner on prisoner. Now and again, when someone loses it, it don't matter what weapons you've got, they're gonna go for it. There was plenty of staff in my time to deal with incidents, but also plenty of staff to get prisoners out on a regime. Yeah, so people get to know you, decent screw. They tell other people, Mr. Samworth, go and see him, he'll sort that out for you. Dynamic security, relationships. That started to fade, 2012 to 2015. Firstly, 2012, we had VEDs, voluntary retirement. They wanted all the top earners gone. Yeah, and they left in the droves. A lot of experience. Workforce modernisation and benchmarking then come in. What's that? It's about getting rid of more staff, which they did. It hit the prison where I work, Strangeways 215. What an absolute fucking car crash from day one. Short of staff everywhere. And it's got worse. They can't recruit, they can't retain staff. The male prison estate is mostly employing young lasses. Some of the best staff I work with were women, lasses. But in a male jail, you need male staff. So now prisoners are going back to 23-hour bang-up. There are frustrations. A lot of prison officers worked in office jobs. Yeah, they knew what it was about, being replaced by civilians who have no clue. Frustration and anger building. Drug usage gone through the roof. We had batons. I remember a riot situation. Yeah, the 70 cons. Dominic Noonan, he's on a pool table inciting these young lads. There's about 40 screws, 12 of us lined up across the landing, shoulder to shoulder, batons out. The lads in front of us all took a step back. Yeah, we had dogs there. They didn't use the dogs. Yeah, baton, someone's going to take a step back. Dogs, yeah, they're running. They're running. Them dogs are vicious. We didn't use the dogs. But here's the thing. There's 30 odd screws behind me, 10 metres behind, near a gate. Not with batons out, it's a riot situation. Fight or flight. If it had kicked off, most of them would have been off the landing. And guess what? Yeah? I wouldn't have been angry. They're normal people. Your aunties and uncles, brothers and sisters, screws. Cons, most of them, grown up, tough childhoods, abuse, violence, not so prison officers. One of my mates said to me, why did you get your baton out? You'll get in trouble. Yeah? Now, we've given them parva. pepper spray. Not the really strong stuff, but it'd be very unpleasant. They're on about them having stab vests. They're going to need a tactical stab vest to carry all the gear. They've got parva, most of them have got cuffs and they've got battens. That's not combating the violence. That's not why prisoners are being violent. It's frustration. Pure bang up. Imagine you're behind a door, 40-year-old guy, frustrated because something's gone wrong with your money or a visit. And there's a 22-year-old on the other side of the door telling you to shut your mouth because they don't know how to talk to people. They've got no one to mentor them. They've got no experience, no life experience. So the tasers, the nationals. The nationals are prison officers who live, breathe, riot situations, hostage situations, working at height. They train all day long. Yeah? They turn up at a lot of prisons when there's a bad incident to lead. They show leadership. Sometimes they're involved in serious situations. Give them 50,000 volt tasers, stun guns, no problem. Every prison officer, not a chance. Not a chance. I've seen people with batons, grown men. I remember a really poor manager. Yeah, they're in a cell, 6 staff, 2 cons fighting. The cons are fighting each other, not the staff. This manager said draw batons. One big fat-necked idiot at the back battened 3 officers. You couldn't make this up. One of them was my friend who got battened. He got some concussion. Yeah, you've got young, inexperienced staff. Giving people an armory to carry around with them is not going to solve the problems in the prison service. They need enough staff. Enough staff to go back to having a regime. So prisoners know at some point of the day they're going to get out, be able to go to the gym, be able to go on the visits, be able to do their canteen. Those here that are saying leave them locked behind the doors is all well and good, but that violence is going to get worse. At some point in the future, they're going to run out of staff. All prisons are going to be in crisis. They're going to be feeding prisoners, and that's it. It's 1 in, 1 out, I believe, at the minute. As somebody walks through the door to start, somebody's walking out the door. It's destroying young people's mental health. I've spoke to enough. So they've got batons, they've got parva. Some of them will have the old cams, the old cameras. And we're on about giving them stun guns. These individuals in the prison I would have trusted with a stun gun, but I'll tell you something else. Yeah, now there's an incident happening on a landing. Yeah, you've got young, inexperienced staff. A prisoner is upset over a visit or something like that. Maybe one of his young ones is unwell and he wants to make a call. And somebody who don't know what they're doing, or there's no leadership, takes a baton out and they batten him or restrain him. People see that through the door. Yeah. When people are restrained and the like, unnecessarily, that creates more anger and frustration. So yeah, tasers in certain situations, stun guns, people behind them who know what they're doing. Everybody, not a chance. The prison service is absolutely screwed right now. I don't know where my boy's gone. I'd like to thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to become a channel member, link is in the description. God bless you all. Main man Stephen, thanks for coming. I'll see you there.